सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees and disciples who are sitting with us at this moment in 309 locations in 128 cities in 17 countries. I am receiving thousands of emails every day about this satsang homework. The practice, sadhana given in the satsang. Even the selected few ones which they brought, I wanted all our devotees to know, please understand, I went through all the emails, spending hours and hours, and I selected few to be answered here. Even that goes to 84 email. Essence. First thing, I am very happy many people are practicing. They are not taking it too lightly. They are sincere. So I really feel the mystery school have started. See, mystery school does not start when I declare. It starts only when students join. So now, I know for sure, we have at least few thousand sincere students around the world. That's the first thing. Second thing, so many people have written, Swamiji, I am shocked and surprised. I have the capacity to inspire and enroll people. See, actually, when I share the truth with you, when it clicks inside you, a part of you expand. But when you go out and inspire people in this truth, you become leader. The leadership qualities starts expressing in you. Sharing enlightenment makes you a leader. Ishitva, one of the important siddhi of Ashtama Siddhis, happens in you. The qualities of leader happens in you when you go out and share this truth, inspire people through this truth, transform people through this truth. I am hearing from thousands of devotees around the world that they themselves are surprised. Our one doctor devotee from Bangalore, she writes, Swamiji, when I started explaining these truths in Kannada, suddenly I realized I am getting all the technical terms and clicks from somewhere. It's flowing through me. I am able to inspire. Understand? It is opening many of your dimensions unknown to you in you. It is there in you, but unknown to you. Start going around Share these truths with people. Understand? Do not ever think somebody is not intelligent enough to understand these great truths. If you can understand, anybody in the world can understand. One person wrote to me from Mumbai. It seems he thought his gardener can never understand these big things. Because he did not get 5 persons, he caught hold of his gardener and started explaining. Not only the gardener completely understood, it seems that gardener gave the reference that the same truth is told in Bhagavatam. He asked, it seems, how did you know it is in the Bhagavatam? He said, no, I heard in the Engage. In Bhagavatam they recite this. So don't think people can't understand these truths. Don't think people are fools. So catch whoever you can and try to share this truth, inspire them. So I heard many people are putting these truths in their Facebook, sending emails and making phone calls, and sharing this through phone calls is also happening. First thing, I am very happy. The mystery school is successfully functioning. Second important thing, people are discovering their new ability and capacity. Ma Nitya Ramani from Bangalore, she is writing, she went to the eye doctor, and inspired him about this idea. After the routine checkup, that guy got so inspired, he started listening the whole thing, not only listening, completely convinced. And he wanted to see the discourses and come to the ashram and see. And another one, seeker, Leela Ma from US is writing, it seems she was a brahmacharini in an ashram, then married, but her son is a brahmachari in India, in Brindavan. She was writing about her beautiful experiences with this truth, how it is working with her and whatever. When I read all these emails, I wanted you all to know honestly. Even now, I got much better clicks and words to share the same truth with all of you. Because now I know the doubts you have. Now I'll give you the gist of those 2-3 truths. Please understand. This is the answer for many questions I received. Knowing that you can never live in the present moment takes away the great guilt which is created in you by the wrong practice, wrong sadhana. Try to live in present moment. Till you die, you will not be able to live. That's the first thing. Second important thing, by remembering whether you are thinking about the past or the future, you are in the present. You are living in the present from this moment. Whenever you want to live in the present, just remember, wow, I am thinking about my past, but in present. I am thinking about my future, but in present. One devotee is writing, yes, I know, I am living in the present, even if I think about past, but what to do? I had a past did happen. Okay, nothing wrong. Please understand, if you are suffering because you are constantly thinking about the past, you will have suffering. But if you remember, yes, past did happen, It's okay. Now I am thinking about that in present only. Because I think about the past, it is not the thing that I am lost in the past. No. Past happened, but I am in present. It's already gone. Past is like a water left your feet. If you are sitting in the river, the water left your feet, even if it is dirty, you are not going to be disturbed. The water which is coming, if that is also dirty, you are not going to be disturbed. The water which is at your feet, if that is dirty, only then you are going to be disturbed. So knowing the past and the future is happening in the present, you are free. You are in the present. I can say it's a technique for instant enlightenment. First thing, whether you are thinking about past or thinking about the future, remember you are in the present. Immediately you will see the load of the past and the future will not be there on you. Yes, I am thinking about what I did yesterday. I am thinking what I am going to do tomorrow in present. A sudden shift in your whole energy flow and experience. From so many satsang centers, continuously seeing the emails and questions, not only I am happy, I am inspired. I feel now the higher and higher truths can be delivered. Please understand, the higher and higher truths can be delivered. Just try to understand this much. Yes, I am thinking about past. Past did happen. I am worrying about future. Future will happen. But I am doing both in present, which is my freedom, which is my decision, which is me. When you understand your past and future both are happening in your present, suddenly you will feel you are all powerful. Because it is in your present. Be all powerful. Being all powerful is what I call Ishitva. Understand? Ishitva is much more powerful siddhi than levitation or gravitation. Making your body expand or shrink, making your body light or heavy, these all grass level siddhis. But the Ishitva means the leadership quality is a subtle level siddhi. Actually that is the 8th siddhi, the last siddhi. Means being in power about you and your life. If you feel empowered to live you, when I say you, the identity you have about you and the idea you have about life, that is what I call Ishitva, Ishwaratva, leader. If you do the intense practices like N Kriya, you will have the anima, lahima, mahima, karima, the grass level siddhis, the ability to expand or shrink or lighten or make heavy your body. But if you do this homework of going out and inspiring people about these truths, convincing them about these truths, you will see your black logic. Please understand, many times when a truth is put inside your system, it gets clogged somewhere, blocked somewhere. Like how pipelines gets blocked. It gets blocked, it doesn't go deep. But when you understand and try to inspire and transmit this experience to few people, suddenly all the blocks will be removed. And the truth travels throughout your system intensely and comes out properly. And even if there are one or two questions raised by other person, that clarifies your own doubts. That clears and creates greater understanding in you. I tell you, going out and sharing these truths, at least with few people, will make you a leader. You will have the subtle siddhis like a Ishitva. And not only that, in your personality, 30% is a solid personality, your own understanding about you. 70% is a pus. Literally, pus is the right word. Pus poured on you by the society. Constantly society pokes at you. Because of that poking, that wound, 70% of it is a pus. The only way you can get out of that pus and settle with your personality completely is go out and change the idea people have about you. That will happen when you share these great truths and inspire them. Any inspired person will look at you with a deep gratitude. That gratitude will remove part of pus from your system. Now people look at you in a low way. Then immediately pus forms in your system. Even an abusive look is hurt and the pus forms in you. Inspire them with honest truths. You will see the way they look at you with respect. The pus gets healed. It leaves your system. You create a new personality. I tell you, this is one of the important technique and practice to heal your Anahata Chakra. Don't expect love from people, attention from people. Go on, start giving intelligence to people. A quality product. Everybody will not be able to give continuously some gift to people to get their love and attention. How much you can give? You can't. But a right truth is a great gift you can give without you losing it. There's a beautiful proverb, verse from a great saint from Tamil Nadu. He says, like a well, when you take the water out more and more, water seepage will be there more and more in the well. The well which is used more will have more water. The intelligence which is used more will have more. I tell you, whenever you share these truths with people, you will realize you are intelligent. And you will make others realize you are intelligent. This is the easiest gift you can go on giving. If with anybody you converse, don't miss sharing one truth with them in your conversation. Make this as a habit. I will, the moment you see him, think, I will give one gift to this guy with a deep love. If you are in a shop, some customer comes, along with the product, think, I will give one gift to this guy. One truth, one idea. If you are bargaining any business, decide, I will give one gift to this guy, one truth. Your customer, patient or consumer, anybody you meet, your boss or your subordinate, decide, I will give one gift to this guy. Which is the easiest and cheapest gift, for which you don't need to spend money. But by giving, you will also grow. With whoever you talk, decide one gift to him. One gift I'll give. This concept of giving gift naturally changes his understanding about you. When he looks at you with respect, the pus, 70% of the pus which you carry in you starts getting healed. I am giving you an important secret, how to be a leader, how to achieve Ishwaratva, Siddhi, Ishwaratva, Ishitva, leadership quality. First know how to enroll people for any idea you are having. If you go out and speak to at least 5 persons about this idea, this great truth, and bring them to the satsang, you are going to be the winner. It is not going to glorify me, or I am not going to win in any way. Understand? Whether 5 people sit or 10 people sit, I am going to talk the same thing. But by you inspiring and bringing 5 more people to the satsang, you are going to win the game. You are going to become leader. See, whether 5 more people come or not, I am continuously going to be leader. I am born leader. I am not going to become leader by 5 more people coming. But you working, talking, bringing 5 more people, you are going to become leader. So understand, it will make you a leader. Go and stand in the mall. Have a small board. I discovered today sun goes round the earth. If you have questions, comments, please talk to me. It's legal. Today, you can say a more sensationalistic way. Today morning I discovered sun goes round the earth. If you have questions or comments or queries, please talk to me. It takes only half an hour. You will get at least 5 people who think, they will look at you. Wow, this guy seems to be up to something. Come on, let's talk. And there are so many around the world waiting to talk to somebody because nobody is listening to them. Just have a few minutes of patience, hear them out, then you share what you want to share. Let's enter into today's truth, today's Satya. Today I am working on Patanjali's Yoga Sutras 120th Sutra in 3rd chapter 14th verse. Subject is ever-changing world. Santa Udita Avyabadesha Dharma Anupati Dharmi. I'll bring the translations from various masters. Vivekananda translates as that which is acted upon by transformations, either past, present or yet to be manifested, is the substance qualified. Prabhavananda translates as a compound object as attributes and is subject to change, either past, present or yet to be manifested. Swami Satchidananda translates as it is a substratum prakriti that by nature goes through latent, uprising and unmanifested phases. Before translating this sutra, I wanted to give you the essence of this sutra, then you will be able to understand the sutra exactly. If I were to give the essence, delusions bring you the joy, illusions bring you suffering. Understand? This is the key truth today. Your joys are brought to you by delusions, your sufferings are brought to you by delusions. Can no way be changed by somebody sitting with you and talking for half an hour. Understand? Tomorrow's incident is not going to be changed by the person who is sitting and talking with you, but if he logically convinces you, suddenly you are out of the fear about the tomorrow's incident. For example, if you are worrying about some problem which may happen after 10 days. You are worrying, and somebody comes and adds more fear into it. The delusion which gives fear, the illusion which takes away the fear, both are no way connected to the incident which may not happen. The secret is all your fears are illusory, all your joys are delusory. I am creating new word. Delusory word may not exist, but any growing language has to accept new words, new combinations. And after all, a language like English should learn how to accept more and more words from enlightened consciousness. It's my gift to the English language. If the word is there, great, so I have not made a mistake. If the word is not there, my gift to English language, I have it. Your joys are illusory. Your pains are delusory. The lady who is bothered about my English, if you want to know the meaning of the word delusory, I think you know. I tell you, you understand. You tell others understand. Language over. Huh? Joys are illusory and pains are delusory. Then comes the tremendous fear. Then the incident which is going to happen, how is it going to be? Is it frightening or joyful? Understand the truth. It is neither going to be frightening nor going to be joyful. It is going to be life, auspicious. Life is auspicious. It is additional. Life means adding. It is your idea delusory. It is your idea, delusory idea about joy, delusory idea about fear. is the salt of your life. Which makes good water into ocean water. The river water becomes ocean water because of your delusory ideas about joy and delusory ideas about pain. Otherwise, the incident itself adds, that's all. Any addition is auspicious, understand. So by existence, because you existed, and existing, going to exist, you can have only auspiciousness. Drop your interpretations and understandings about auspiciousness. Relax from the delusory fears and illusory joys. Let the incident happen the way in which it is supposed to happen. Let the flow happen the way in which it is supposed to happen. If you are in delusory fears, maybe you can use the techniques for illusory joys. What is techniques for illusory joy? Positive thinking. Listening to positive ideas. But nothing will happen. Understand that positive thinking will not change your life, it can change your life. The understanding positive thinking will not change your life, can change your life. Because you will not expect too much from positive thinking. You will not try to squeeze positive thinking. You will know, this can take away my delusory suffering for next half an hour. That's it. Then what will happen? At least you will be grateful for those ideas for half an hour. This is what I call enlightening entertainment. Instead of sitting with the ugly entertainments, you can sit with this kind of enlightening entertainments. Positive thinking is surely much more than useless violent entertainments. A bullfight, dog fight. Sometimes I used to wonder, in Indian villages, usually in the common drinking water tap, every morning at least there will be 5 to 10 fights. It is, go to any Indian village, I can describe an Indian village. There will be sunrise. There will be men and women. There will be fight in the common drinking water tap. All these three are eternal descriptions about Indian village. I know there are some rich women who have a private line to their house for drinking water. Even if they have a private line, they will come to the common tap just to have a fun of fighting. How can this lady take all the water to her house? Water comes in my house tap, in my house is my share, and I have a right in common tap also. They will come and stand there. On all possible abusive words, language, with special body language, and sound effect. And the funny thing will be, if some 2-3 people start fighting, all the other houses' balconies will be full. That's a balcony ticket. It looks almost like a stadium. Now I understand. Human beings have an innate tendency of fulfilling their suppressed violence, seeing somebody else's violence. Little more wealthy countries, what they do? They build a stadium, sell ticket, people come and sit, and trained boxers fight. Poor Indian villages, what to do? They stand in their own balcony stadium. Below two untrained women fight. And you'll be surprised. Sometimes the fight will go on and on and on and on for hours. That part they kept under the tap will be overflowing and all the water will be going down. And after a few hours, even the water would have stopped coming, because it is usually restricted to few hours. Morning something like a 6 to 7 or 6 to 8. And the water itself would have stopped. But the fight will go on and on and on. After the fight, if both of them have become tired, they will go to the nearby well or the river and take bath and fight there. That fight will be for washing clothes. The first session will be for drinking water. The second session will be for water for the washing clothes. Now I really wonder why human beings love to see somebody else fighting. And not a single man or a woman or a person will be interested in going out and reminding them that water is going waste. Why don't you stop the fight and take the water now? Later on you can fight. That guy will be pushed to a corner almost like a Tom and Jerry. He will roll and fall in his balcony. And his wife will come down. How dare you touch my husband? I can say it's a Indian boxing. And the funny thing will be this, they will scream so much. You will feel as if at any moment anybody may hit anybody, but never the hitting will be there. Laba, 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 laba. And no need for any mic. And I have seen the street in which I am born and brought up, when this fight starts, my grandmother's elder sister, she will switch off her radio, come out and sit. I used to ask, why did you switch off your radio and come out here? Hey, why waste current when we have a free entertainment? And the radio will be there for 24 hours, the fight will not be there after 2 hours. Let us see this show first. And moreover, radio is something like a remote. You cannot, see, the main thing is, even if you hear the radio, you cannot afterwards have a criticism or a review about it. You cannot give a review about the radio program to somebody. But if you see the fight, living fight, it is so personal, you can have 1 more hour of entertainment talking about it to somebody else. Now 1 hour entertainment, then after that you can have somebody else to whom you can give the review, who did not have the fortune of seeing the show. You can give the review and 1 more hour of entertainment. Human beings have an innate tendency to enjoy people's violence. Surely, positive thinking is much better entertainment than enjoying this violence like a bullfight, dog fight, water tap fight. But don't expect more from it. If you understand, positive thinking cannot do much, it can do much to you. Understand the limitations, then you will use them like a enlightening entertainment. I wanted all of you to know. It may look little shocking for you, but I should tell the truth. Even our festivals and celebrations should be used like an enlightening entertainment. Don't expect too much from them. Don't expect. Just if you observe Shivaratri festival, overnight you should become enlightened. There is a possibility. But don't pressurize Shiva. Don't demand from him. Don't be a nagging mommy. In all Indian villages, you will have some 10 nagging mommy. And they will achieve what they want. And these 10 ladies will have some women's club and will go house to house or shop to shop, collect some donation. It will be there eternally in all villages. These are the basic ingredients of an Indian village. And their nagging power will be such, any house they enter, people will give donation. Don't be a nagging mommy. When you observe these festivals, celebrations and all, understand this is enlightening entertainment. Then you will see that it becomes such a joy and life and lightening experience. See, let the celebrations, festival, rituals, even deity worship, let all these become a lightening experience in you first. Then it will become part of your life, then it will become enlightening experience. First, do not expect or demand too much from them. When you come for morning Guru Puja, come and sit. All right. This half an hour, I am not acquiring wrong samskaras. That is the big benefit for me. I am not watching these violent games. I am not sitting and doing that same foolish brooding over of some nonsense and preparing for my next fight with my spouse or a family member or neighbor or a boss. This half an hour, I am not collecting junk. Wow, that's a big benefit. Let me do this puja. Have simple understandings. Then first it will become lightening experience. Then it will become enlightening experience. Whenever something becomes lightening experience, you start spending time with it. You start sitting with it. That becomes a kind of a lifestyle in you. Then it will become enlightening experience. Understand the truth. All your joys are created by delusion and your fears are created by illusion. The incident itself can neither be changed by your illusion nor be changed by delusion. Illusion and delusion comes up and goes down. I wanted all of you to Catch at least 5 people today, convince about this truth, even if you are not convinced. I tell you, the sacred secrets which I am revealing are so powerful. By convincing others about it, you will experience it. Even if you are not convinced now, at this moment, about this, even if you feel, oh, I myself suffer, even though I know it is delusion and illusion, how can I tell this to others? It's okay. You suffer, but inspire others to come out of suffering. The ground on which you are standing may be shaking and going, but you try to stand and shout, I am strong, I am strong, I am strong. You can be strong, you can be strong, you can be strong. Do it. I'll show you. Do it. I'll show you. The truth attacks you. When you are instantly share with others, even if you have not understood instantaneously. Understand? Whenever you receive it, start sharing with others instantly, even if you have not understood instantaneously. When you start sharing, that works on you. It comes back to you. I tell you, anything which you give comes back to you. Anything which you share gets back to you. Share the truth. There is a beautiful proverb, Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. When you protect dharma, dharma protects you. By sharing it with others, you are protecting it. It will protect you. Let me now enter into the translation. Shanta udita avyapadesha dharma anupati dharmi. Everything, whether manifest or unmanifest, goes on changing. Goes on changing. Understand? Whatever you think as your life is nothing but illusory sufferings and delusory joys. When you understand that, a deep restful awareness happens in your system, which goes on inspiring you to exist, to be alive, to live, to share life. So the essence of today's satsang, all your joys are delusory, all your pains are illusory. Go around and inspire people by talking this one truth. At least 5 people. There will be enough questions and banging. Face all that. Face all that. You will see, you will be enlightened about this truth. You will be enlightened about this truth. Now, all of you just sit with this one truth. I'll see that these truths this one truth gets into your biomemory, into your very system. Please sit straight in Padmasana or Vajrasana and come to Samana Mudra. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I bless you all with my love and respects. At this moment, all the people who are sitting with us at 559 places in 213 cities in 26 countries. I bless you all. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate and share the eternal bliss. Nityananda. Thank you.
All that I smell, I offer to you, Swami Nityananda. All that I see, all that I hear,